If you don't move, the universe is going to move you for you. If you do not take action on the things that you want to be doing, the universe is going to act for you. I want to read you this card that came up 3 times right before I got divorced and separated from my ex. And it's called Wake Up Call. This is the card. As your consciousness begins to awaken and desires to expand, it creates an inner restlessness that you can't deny. This energy influx is a wake-up call from your divine self to remember your soul's commitments, those lessons and intentions that you came here to learn and fulfill when you incarnated into physical form and began your life's journey. Essentially, it goes into the fact that like my intuition is telling me to wake up and look at my current reality and check like what's missing in this, right? Here's the crazy part. I just remember that time in my life. Maybe I'll go into this on a podcast episode, but I remember that time in my life feeling so confusing and conflicting because the pattern kept telling me like you're approaching a fork in the road, and I was in my head about it. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's happening next? Like, I don't know. But the whole time, like I was trying to rationalize it, but the whole time I had a feeling in my gut, like I knew that that relationship that I was in was no longer the relationship for me. I knew that it was coming to an end. I knew that there was something there that was holding me back from reaching my next level, from going to the places I knew in my soul I was meant to go to in this lifetime. But because I had beliefs around divorce, because I was afraid of failing in my marriage, because I was afraid of people being right about me getting divorced, because a lot of people had opinions about, oh, don't get married because blah, blah, blah. If you know my story, then you'll know why. And I was afraid of proving people right and proving myself wrong. I was afraid of admitting that it was a mistake, which I don't believe it was a mistake. I believe that everything happens perfectly and that I needed that at that point in my life to get to where I am today. But this brings me back to like, if you're not going to move, the universe is going to move for you. If you are not going to take the next step toward where you are meant to be in this lifetime, toward where you are supposed to move to, the universe will act on your behalf. The same thing happened when I was planning my whole life around my 9-to-5 job that I hated. I loved the work, but the culture shifted. It became very toxic, and even though I wasn't happy in that role, I still planned my next 5 years around it, because it's what I thought I had to do to get to where I wanted to be. And so the same thing happened in my relationship, right? Like the same thing happened when I moved from my first apartment ever in Mexico to my dream condo. I didn't believe that I could manifest my dream condo because logically, all of the avenues that I tried to get into that community didn't work. And so everything just had to play out in that way. So what happened with my apartment is we got a roof leak, and I had been saying I want to get out of this apartment. I want to get out of this apartment. My office it was a furnished apartment, and I had my office in this spare bedroom, which had a bunk bed and a double bed and this ugly ass piece of brown furniture. So internally I was shifting so much. It was a perfect landing place for me when I first got there, because I moved to Mexico so that I could save money and start my business. And so it was perfect for that time, but I had reached a point where I was ready for something different. I was ready for something more. So the roof leaked, and we had to go through this whole dramatic thing in order to knock down the old way of living to open up space for something new, right? Something new that I deeply desired. And so the whole message today is the universe will move if you do not move. And so you can either choose to see signs and take action. You can choose to follow through on the intuitive nudges that you are getting that are in alignment with the life that you want to be living. For example, when I was working my 9 to 5, I kept saying, I want to live a laptop lifestyle. I want to have an online business. I want to not work at a 9 to 5. Yet I was planning my whole life around a 9 to 5. It does not make sense. So the universe acted for me, right? And I could have taken these intuitive nudges. Like I could have taken different actions, and I'm not mad that I didn't, but the whole point is that if you don't act, the universe will act for you. So don't be fucking mad when your life turns upside down and you have to go through the shit because you didn't take action. And that is the lesson from today. And just know that, you know, everything that you are going through is for a purpose. It's really hard to come to terms with that and accept that when you're in the thick of it. Trust me, I know, but you're going to come out the other side. The best advice that I have for anybody who is wanting to create the life of their dreams, who is on this manifestation journey, who knows that they are here for something more, it's to start taking intuitive action. Start acting on those intuitive nudges that you are receiving that are in alignment with your goal. Stop trying to figure out like, oh, how am I going to pay for it? How am I going to make it work? How this, how that, and start opening up to the answers coming to you. I promise those answers are there, but you're staying stuck and you're keeping yourself stuck in a holding pattern by trying to figure it all out. It is okay to not always know all of the answers. It is okay to not be able to project 1 year into the future and like know exactly how everything's going to unfold. Life is so mysterious, and actually embracing that mystery of life keeps life exciting. So let go of control and let go of trying to figure it all out, because you don't need to. And if you're watching this and you're like, how do I take intuitive action? How do I know what my intuition's telling me? Or like, I want to start manifesting. I want to start living the life of my dreams, but I just don't know where to begin. I've got you covered. I am hosting a podcast launch party, and I'm giving away a lot of really like quality, high value programs and services, including free fucking coaching. Like, you can coach with me for free. I'm not going to tell you the details just yet, but this is like the biggest giveaway I've ever done. I'm really excited about it. And if you are ready to really start stepping into your power and to start co-creating with the universe to create the life of your dreams, the business of your dreams, you definitely want to join.